Zach. You're on site. So now I feel like you've been a real reporter, but now you actually at the game. We don't listen. It ain't real until you on site, man. Zach, the Cowboys get a big win. You went to the game in Vegas. First of all, how's the trip going? Second of all, what did you think about your Dallas Cowboys, my Dallas Cowboys, getting a much needed win in Las Vegas?
The trip's going good. Even better now. But this whole setup right here reminds me so much of when we went to the Senior Bowl. I feel like I'm back at the Senior Bowl right now, recording in a hotel room. But the game, the trip, it's all been awesome up to this point. Vegas, I'm telling you, 75-80% Cowboys fans at the game, and then at the end of it, the Raiders fans that were there had already left. Dude, it was so much fun.
So I'm really glad that you had a good time, Zach. That's what it's all about. As people get in here, this will be live on my channel. This will be live on your channel. Zach, me and you talked about this offline. Okay, what would it look like for Quinnen Williams? He's a defensive tackle. Would there be splash plays? Would there be, moments that he took over? And I got to tell you, Zach, he blew my mind away. We're not gonna. Well, actually, hold on. Let me take a step back. These guys played inspired, right? For their brother. I thought that the NFL has really showed out as far as how they've really showed Marshawn Kneeland in this situation love. Everybody, all teams did a tribute to the guy, to his family. I thought that was just stand up, Zach. I really did. So I thought that was cool. And these players played expired. And it was something that I was thinking about. I was like, you know what? These guys are allowed to have fun, regardless of what we think about the team and the playoff and they make it or not. They're allowed to smile. They're allowed to have fun, because for some of these guys, this is all they have. This is all they have, Zach. It is. So I wanted to say that. Now, getting back to the football, with that said, Quinnen freaking Williams. Zach, are you serious? What did you see there on the ground, bro? What did you see on the ground?
A dominant player that we talked about for 2 straight weeks. Dude. When is the last time we saw a Cowboys defensive tackle make those plays or have that kind of game impact? Dude, and I know people are going to say the Raiders offensive line was really banged up, this or that, but bro, even when we said it before, the defensive line can take advantage of a hurt offensive line, and they never do it. Quinnen Williams was killing in this game, really. Exceptional. I'm already excited for next week's game. When's the last time we could say that with this team? You know, dude, I'm actually excited to have that kind of player on the interior. And then, even Kenny Clark and Osa and just other guys around him. And Quinnen Williams was bullying those guys up front for the Raiders.
You know what's so funny about it, Zach? It's funny how when you get an all-pro in the fold, guys who are role players start to look a little bit better. But when you're overcompensating for role players, let's be honest, it sucks. It sucks because they'll probably let you down, right? Because Kenny Clark was in a lot of ways playing out of position. Let's talk about Kenny Clark. And actually, I don't want to bury the lead with Quinnen Williams, because I'll say this. The younger man in me loved edge pressure. It's like liking wine versus beer. I have a new appreciation for A-gap pressure and what that can do to a team, right? And now, mind you, Raiders, this isn't the litmus test, right? But I tell you this, that line is going to give a lot of O-lines issues, right? Philly's O-line, when we play them next week, their O-line has not been great. It's a reason why Saquon Barkley hasn't gotten going running the ball. They just lost Lane Johnson. You're going to have opportunities to get after Hurts in this game, Zach. In this game. An offense that is not in great standing right now. So I just say that to say, getting those A-gap pressures, Quinnen Williams, what a game. And so back to my point about what it can do for the interior as a whole. You saw Osa come on late, but my God, Kenny Clark said, now I'm back at the 3. Now I can play my game. What did you see from Kenny Clark there on the ground, Zach?
Much better play. It seems like when you get guys like Quinnen Williams involved, these other guys understand that it's not all on them, or if they make a mistake, then they don't have to make it back. Just the energy around Quinnen Williams, like what I saw pregame and stuff, and just the way that the defense was, together, obviously, Marshawn stuff as well. But just, dude, they played at a different level that we just haven't seen this year. Like, that has been a big, big issue. And, I thought the edges played well, too. I'm sure we'll talk about the defensive backs. I was really impressed with Kalen Carson, but Kenny Clark is a guy that Dallas is going to have to make a decision on next year. He's going to make $21 to $24 million. You expect to play well. You have him with Quinnen Williams now, and I thought he did that tonight. I think Ashton Jeanty in the first half, if I might be wrong, but it was 2 carries for 10 yards, 2 carries for 5 yards. It was something crazy. And then you talked about with the A-gap pressure, Geno Smith cannot handle pressure. The minute he starts getting outside the pocket and he has to make throws on the run, you saw that. Like when Quinnen Williams is in his gap, him trying to get outside the pocket, like that's when your edges can clean up that stack. Or Geno's trying to make a throw on the run, he can't make that throw. Dude, for the longest time, I had no appreciation for defensive tackle play. And then we watched the 2025 Cowboys team without a legitimate defensive tackle. And then now we're watching them with one. Bro, I would draft 8 next year if I could. That's how much of a difference it makes.
It makes you want to look at, we're not going to look ahead to the draft because mathematically the Cowboys are still in it. There are a few teams reeling. You're rooting for the Rams next week to beat the Bucks. You're rooting for some of these teams, right? You need to take care of your business. But I will say this, Zach, going into this draft, you have the luxury now of making this defense and turning this from a negative into a positive, right? You have the luxury of saying that you have a centerpiece in the middle of your defense, a centerpiece, Zach, in Quinnen Williams. I don't know what's going to happen with Kenny Clark. It's going to be hard to keep him and Osa. It's going to be a lot of money tied him into that, but maybe Kenny Clark wants to stay. Man, I don't know. Crazier things have happened. I just think that the defense played really good. Let's talk about a few other players on the defense, Zach, and then we'll talk about the offense, and I'll let you go. Defensively, yeah, Frank, we're Zach's on the ground, so if it's a little bit crunchy, we're sorry about that. You guys will get us next week and we'll be clean, but we want to make sure that we did this for you guys, Frank. So just bear with us with the internet. It's funny, like I said, you bring in an all-pro D tackle, Zach, and things start to feel better. But Zach, how about the safety play tonight, right? And this is what I said. I'm not looking for Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker to be all pros, but I'll tell you this. It couldn't have gotten any worse than what it was the last 2 weeks, right, Zach? And 4 weeks at safety, missed tackles, stuff like that. I saw Malik Hooker run the alley a few times. I saw Deron Bland do what he was supposed to do at corner. The secondary overall, obviously not a great unit they're going against. Brock Bowers is a really nice player. What did you think about the secondary? Like, are you starting to see these guys at least know where they're supposed to be? Kalen Carson is getting exceptional reps. Savon Ravel didn't look like a fish out of water. I love the way that they deployed him. What did you see from the secondary, Zach? Just being on the ground again. What did you see? I think Zach's trying to switch over to his Wi-Fi. Sorry about that, guys. We'll let him come back in.
Yeah, I just switched it over.
Okay, there you
I'm
go.
Good. Yeah,
did you get my question about the secondary?
Yes. They played much. It started out a little rough. The beginning of the game started out a tad bit rough with the play action. They were taking shots over the middle of the field.
They had one drive where they spammed play action.
Oh, yeah. It was just constant play action. And they weren't really running the ball well up to that point, and everybody was just folding on the run. But after that, like there was a lot of bright spots with Revel with Kalen Carson. Kalen Carson does not look like the same player that we saw
No.
in his rookie year, the first couple of weeks, and then he obviously had the injury and he's coming back now. Like, it's just not the same guy. He played above what I expected of him this week. I mean, Revel, I was excited to see him. I think he did a good job with the snaps that he got. And then, like you said, like safety play, we all were saying, okay, Donovan Wilson or Malik Hooker, or let's get the young guys involved. And we saw that. And then we see this week with the older guys, with Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson being where they need to be, knowing where they need to be, tracking the ball downfield. So I just thought it looked much, much better. And I like what I'm seeing from the defense now, much more than what I was liking when, no offense to him, but Elijah Clark was back there, trying to read deep balls and doing stuff like that. So I'm not going to say it's a Super Bowl caliber defense, but I am excited about the defense.
No, it's exciting. I mean, listen, I think the biggest move of the game was the player who didn't play in the game, and that's Kyrie Elam. Like, we give Matt Eberflus a lot of flack. He sent Kyrie Elam's tail to the bench where he belonged. And these are the messages. I thought the message that, and we'll talk about the offense, I love the message that Shotty sent. Hey, I don't know what CeeDee and Pickens did. Hey, you guys aren't going to play the first series. Good job. Good for Shotty. Good for Shotty, Zach. Like, these are the things to me that I say, hey, man, this is how you run a team. This is how you build a mindset. This is how, Zach. And I think that, benching Elam, getting just even average safety play. Like, I love Y.A. Thomas. I love those guys. They're not even average at safety. There were times that, defensively, the only issue that I really had was watching Sam Williams be lost. But other than that, I mean, I didn't know how much you were able to look at that. But other than that, like, Clowney, I don't know, man. I try to bring him back, bro. Like, I think that way I don't have to be pressed to take a defensive end in this class because, I mean, with good cornerback play, maybe some free agency patchwork, and we'll talk about this, Zach, because as we watch the film, we'll get even more takes. But I think that you got some good early returns, dare I say, from this defense, and it's really, really cool. Zach, let's transition over to the offense. Now, I teased it. Zach, what did you think about the CeeDee and Pickens gate?
So being at the game, we're obviously not on the TV. Like, we don't hear them talking about it. Yeah. So, like, the first drive goes by and we're all like looking around like, okay, where's Pickens? Where's Lamb? Like, what was that first drive? Like, we didn't know anything. So I'm getting on Twitter and I'm like, what is going on? Yeah. I don't think they said anything about exactly what it was.
CeeDee's response kind of told it all. They got in trouble, bro. Pickens is so funny. So Pickens said it was personnel. We thought we could run the ball. George, stop. Like, there's no way that Flournoy, Tolbert, all these guys are going to start. Really, CeeDee? Yep. Really, well, George?
What was funny last night in Vegas, I'm like, we should go looking around and see if like any of the guys are here. And then I'm like, nah, they have curfew. Like, I think curfew is like 10:30, 11 o'clock. And then everybody's like, nah, they like the lifestyle. Like, Vegas is cool. Like, they probably don't come to Vegas a whole lot. I'm like, nah, they have curfew. And then this happens. So they were probably out in Vegas last night. I should have went looking. Now I don't know where they stay, but I should have went looking.
If anybody knows hold on real quick before you go, Zach. If anybody knows where CeeDee and Pickens were last night, tell us in the chat.
Yes, yeah. If anybody saw, if I would have known, I would have went out there. But I thought the offense, outside of, it was a rocky start, and we've seen this offense have rocky starts and it not go well. Like, it turned completely sideways. The defense starts giving up big plays. The offense can't get going. That didn't happen in this one. Once the offense got rolling, it was rolling. Like, throw it to 3, throw it to 88. And really, there were times in the game before it got out of hand, literally sitting there saying, like, just throw the ball to 3. Throw it to 3. Like, it's good things are gonna happen, and I don't know if anybody can guard George Pickens on a slant. Like, I haven't
He's
seen
become one of those
anybody.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, like, if I mean, if they're playing off coverage, they're playing press coverage, like, just throw it to 3, throw it to 88. I thought CeeDee had his better one of his best games since he got back.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of been, I don't wanna say bad, but it hasn't been, like, that level that we expect from CeeDee.
Yeah.
But seeing him get back into it and then Pickens get, just involved. Did they both have, how many yards did they both have? I haven't checked the box score.
Bro, George Pickens had 144 yards. He's a
like,
dude. Like, it's nuts.
he is a dude. I mean, just the run after catch, like, refuses to go down, like, the hands, like, dude, he's a player. He's a player.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I think, and this is one of my things too, like, I'm just enjoying it. I'm enjoying both of this. Like, I'm enjoying both of these guys playing good football. Like, it's these guys they genuinely care about each other. They generally want to get better, and honestly, they genuinely are pulling for each other, bro. And like, you're gonna need both of these guys on this run. Like, period. You're gonna need both of these guys on this run. You are. You're gonna need both of these guys to, make plays, bro. You're gonna need both of these guys to. I don't know, man. Like, I'm just really excited about what's going on with this team as far as this offense, and finally getting a rhythm, Zach. Finally, running the ball well. Like, I just feel really good. It's like the offense has to be moving that way. Don't feel like you need to force the ball to 88, Zach. You don't have to. Yeah. If teams are going to give you favorable matchups, take them, Zach. You don't like, if they're going to give you one-on-one with Pickens, the goal to me is to get those 2 safeties high, period. That's the goal to me. That's the goal to me.
Hey, I was going to ask you about this. They got Hunter Lipke involved a lot, right? Like a lot for what they've used him so far this year.
Sneaky chess piece.
I feel like they took some of that, like, stuff, that the play action or getting the ball out into the flats. They gave that to Lipke and kind of took a little bit away from Ferguson. And I thought Lipke did a really good job. And it gives teams something else. Like, I know you have a lot offensively. You have Turpin, you have Flournoy, who I think I would love to see get the ball more, but you can only have so many people touching the ball. And then, Lamb and Pickens and Turpin, and then you add Lipke into the mix where he's just a first down machine all of a sudden. Like, and I think it's going to be tough for any offensive coordinator to figure out like the guys that you want to get the ball to, because you're so good at 1 and 2. And then it's those, who is 3, who is 4, who is 5, is kind of balancing that out. But if they can, dude, I'm telling you, if they can hit on all cylinders with all the guys and it is a smooth, natural feel in the offense, like, dude, I don't see a defense that could stop them, genuinely. Like, they just have that much firepower.
So I'll tell you this, right? And people gave me hell for this, Zach. You're missing a runner. You're missing one more runner, right? Because the truth is this. Javonte Williams has been darn good. He's going to finish as a top 10 runner. But now if you just had that other back, now when you get those 2 safety looks and the juice, you could just keep juice. And Malik Davis has some nice runs, but we can all kind of see that they don't trust Jaden Blue. A healthy scratch again
at all.
The Jaden Blue experiment is. We need to talk about this week on the Landry hat, Zach. I think that experiment it's not looking good, Zach. And so in that, they needed another runner, right? Malik Davis is a nice player, but this is why I was saying, like, and I don't want to peek towards the draft, but let me ask you a question. You sitting in the draft and you draft your first pick and you get your corner. What if Jeremiah Love is staring at you?
It's an interesting one, because, like, what do you do with Javonte? Are you wanting to re-sign Javonte? Like, what is the situation?
I'm 1,000% wanting to resign Javonte,
Okay.
and I would still draft Jeremiah Love. Still.
No, I see it. I mean, if they
I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that, Zach. I know.
No.
I'm sorry.
If they wanted to draft a runner and let's shore up some other spots, don't reach. Jeremiah Love is the best player available at that pick. I would 100% be on board with that because I do think you need another runner. They need that juice. So, I mean, we remember when it was Ezekiel Elliott before the big fall off, but when that Tony Pollard year happened, I think it was 20. Bro, it was like big run after big. It was just chunk down the field. Makes it easy on your play caller. Makes it easy on your quarterback. I mean, I would totally be good with that. I just wanted to see them shore up some other spots, like keep Pickens. Pickens needs to be here. Javonte needs to be here. Keep working on the defense. I would never be opposed to taking a runner because that pick's probably going to be in the late 20s. If I had to guess, it depends on how the Packers keep going. Might be in the mid teens, whatever it is, but I would be on board.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, it's not we're getting super ahead of ourselves, right? We're just talking.
But you could tell the team needs it. You can tell this team needs a second runner.
Because listen, George Pickens will be in a Cowboys. There's no way that Jerry will he'll franchise tag him. He's not letting another. Jerry wants to be right. Trust me on this. So him stealing away GP for a 3rd round pick. Jerry has done a lot of bad things. You got
everybody
for a 3rd round pick.
Exactly, bro. Everybody wants to talk about the Micah deal. Like at least Dallas got 2 first-round picks out of that. The Steelers gave up Pickens for a 3rd round pick.
3rd round pick.
Barely top 100 pick, and you have a dude that just went for 140 like it was nothing. Like it's another Monday.
Bro, listen, I'm telling you right now, he could have went for 200. He floats around the football field. Floats.
Takes the ball out the air. Tackled in the first one.
Where does that come from? The yak.
Crazy. And he can move for that size. That touchdown that he had, like, bro, just he's funny, he's quirky, like, but the dude can play football. It's crazy.
Bro, listen to me. I can honestly say, Zach, I haven't been this excited about an offense because you can tell. Right. So first of all, people aren't going to believe this, but the Raiders defense actually had been playing better. The offense, not so much, but the defense had been playing like they had been doing like some cool stuff, right? Okay. We get it, right? It's one of those things that's like, it's the Raiders. They're a 2-win team. I get it. But now, all right, now this is what we have to talk about. Getting this win, Zach, gets the confidence up. You could see it. You could see it in Dak's face. He just didn't care. Like he was just like, man, we going. Dak. I was watching him talk on SUV. Like, man, we trying to beat the Eagles. We trying to make this run. They believe that on offense. Now they believe. You cannot tell me that the energy of this team was not affected by how bad that defense is. Now it's affected in a good way, Zach. And guess what? We can get a stop. These guys can play red zone defense. You couldn't stop Arizona 2 weeks ago.
Nope. Bro, I'm looking at the play-by-play now. So you look at the first quarter, right? Tell me what the score would have been 2 or 3 weeks ago. Dallas punts. Okay. Defense forces a punt for against the Raiders. All right. Dallas fumbles. It's still 0-0. Okay. They force a field goal. 4 plays, -2 yards in 1 minute. It's 0-3. 2 weeks ago, it would have been 14-0. It would have been 14-0 because you couldn't get a stop after you punted and giving the ball up on the 10 or 15 yard line. Like you're giving up a touchdown 100%. So like, dude, that affects your team when you're not down 14-0 just because you screwed up twice and you're only down 3-0. Completely different game, different mindset. It's crazy.
It feels different, Zach. And no, you could tell that. The thing I like about it too, when I'm watching Pickens, when I'm watching CeeDee, they're taking this year personal, man. And they took today personal. and I won't say this year. I mean, but I saw it in Pickens. He's taking it personal to do the things after the catch. He's taking it personal, man. I can honestly say that this offense is going to feed off of this new revamped defense, and I'm excited, man. I really am. Is there anything else that you saw on offense that you want to talk about, Zach? I may have to steal that point about Lukey. I love your Lukey point because I saw that he was getting a lot more work today, and it's like, hey, man, if maybe he may have a little more pop than Ferg. I saw a play that I really liked, Zach. I love the outside run with Brevin Span forward on the edge. Like, I want to get to those things, right?
Yeah.
I know we're running a lot of split zone, but why not get him reach blocking and doing those types of things? But is there anything else that you saw offensively before we close? Because I don't want to hold you too long. I know you're out there with your family and stuff like that.
Just a good performance all around. I think Shoddy had a good day. Just the team as a whole had a good day. It felt like Dallas was in control starting the second quarter.
Yeah.
They made it interesting at the beginning, but I said with this team that this is the blueprint for how they can win. They're so explosive on offense that if they could just get a couple stops early in a game defensively, that they'll blow games wide open. It'll look just like it did in 2021 and 2022 and 2023 when it would be close at the beginning. Okay, defense gets a couple stops. Next thing you know, they're up 14, they're up 21, they're up 20, whatever it was. I cannot believe that Cardinals game was only 2 weeks ago. Genuinely. That feels like a lifetime ago since Quinnen Williams. I'm going to watch the film tomorrow on the way home. I want to see how Logan Wilson played. I want to check in on Revel and just watch the all 22. But dude, I mean, does it get more fun than that after coming off that Cardinals game? Not really. No. So does Dak, you know what? I put in a bet slip out here that Javonte was going to get his touchdown. He didn't get his touchdown.
I just knew it was coming.
I know.
I know it was coming, Zach.
Yeah, but it was a ton of fun, and that, like, hey, dude, it's time to go on a run. That's all it is for the Cowboys now.
It's time to go on a run, Zach. We got a super, man. I'll let you go. I will say this though. I will say this, bro. I promise you. I promise you this, right? The lead up to this game is going to be so much fun, and I could promise you this. I just think these guys are going to play hard versus Philly. Philly has a great defense. The offense is struggling. They're down offensive linemen. I just feel like you need a guy like Pickens to go out there and be that bad boy. You need him to be that YN who doesn't care, who's just going to say, "Man, I'm going to play hard. I'm going to play. I'm going to play my game." So I'm extremely excited, Zach. I think that you hit it on the head. Let's get to this super, and I'll let you go, buddy. First, the Eagles are down 2-0. Yep, he just said it. Lane Johnson and Cam Jurgens. Can you see Dallas D-line? Yeah, I can. Like, those guys are backups for a reason. I can 1,000% see this defensive line doing well against a Philly team that they know. It's no secret what the Eagles want to run on offense, and their offense is struggling. I was going to get you to go on record, but we can wait, Zach. We'll wait to kind of talk about this Eagles game, but I know we're gonna have some big shows this week because, like you said, rewatching the tape, looking at it, I can't contain my excitement. These guys played inspired. They played just really thinking about the week and 2 weeks that has been. I'm at a loss for words from a bad loss versus Arizona, losing a teammate, to now playing like a totally different team, looking sharp, playing football well. I don't know, man. This is a roller coaster ride of a team, Zach. It is.
And it's not. I don't like it's just the Raiders thing when you blow them out, because if they would have played them close, we feel much different about this game. But they beat a bad team by a lot of points, and that's kind of what you're supposed to do. Now, when you play Philly, when you play the Chiefs, when you play the Lions, the Chargers, those next couple of games, like, you need to be in those games. You need to give yourself a chance to win, but got to start out by beating the bad teams, beating them up bad, and we'll see next week.
Zach, get home safe. I can't wait to work with you this week. Have a safe flight, bro. Enjoy your family. And we will talk to you guys soon. We always tell you guys we love you. Be safe. The Cowboys got to win. Enjoy this. Enjoy this. Please enjoy this, y'all, because at the end of the day, we only got 7 more of these. So we can complain. We can talk about how bad the team is. I see people saying that Logan Wilson looks slow. I didn't think he looked slow. I think he's fine. We'll be okay. But at the end of the day, we won a game. Like, I don't care about much. We won a game. You really only have 7 games left in the season.
Bro, you guys probably do understand, but don't understand how miserable me and Foots are after a bad loss like that Cardinals game, dude. That is brutal. You got to get on here at 11:30 Eastern time and talk about that. Like, come on. This is fun for us.
Mouth. Yeah, it's throwing up in your mouth. All right, man. Cows win. Thank you for that, For Truth. Yeah, it was a great show. And Zach, thank you for doing this on the road, bro. Love you, man. Get home safe. You guys have a great evening. You guys are going to be getting a lot of content from us this week, so enjoy.
Yep.
Peace.
See you.